Hi, I'm J9 from Geek My Games, and today I'm going to talk to you about a little game called Spy by Knizia, published by Uber Games for 2 to 4 players, and it takes about 30 minutes, ages 10 and up. Before I give you any of my opinion though, let's go ahead and see how this game is played. Here we go. Spy. Alright, so this is what the setup looks like. You're going to put out all the continents and all of the symbols and put one spy token on each. Then for a 2-player game, you're going to place out 18 tokens for each player, and in different number games, you'll have different number of tokens. But the object of the game is to get rid of all your tokens and be the first player to do this. You do this by playing cards from your hand or in front of you on the table that you've laid before and creating matches to either the colors out here or the symbols. So on your turn, each player starts with 3 cards in their hand. If you have exactly 3 cards in your hand, you must play one on the table in front of you. And all that you do is you create a line of the symbols down here in front of you, and you place them continually on top of each other. At the end of your hand, you always draw 1 card. Okay? Now, if you play cards on your hand, you might have less than 3, in which case you do not have to play one here in front of you, but you do still have to draw one at the end of your turn. Okay? It's only when you have exactly 3 that you have to play one down in front of you. So you're going to have cards in your hand and down here in front of you, and you can use any combination of either of these to create matches for these out here. So say it's my turn, and I decide to... I have 3, so I have to put one down in front of me, but then I decide it's time to go on a mission. And what that means is that you want to place spies out there in the world, either with clues or in an area in the world, because you want to be the best spy syndicate that there is out there. So I notice that I have 3 clocks right here. So I'm going to take those 3 clocks and I'm going to discard them in a discard pile. And I'm going to look at the clocks and I say, oh, there's only 1 token on the clock. 3 minus 1 is 2. So I get to place 2 tokens on that clock. Okay. Now you can also do more than 1 if you want on your turn. And sometimes you want to do that because you want to hold out and not let people know exactly where you're going for. The problem with that is if you wait too long, somebody else can play on some of these and they might get there before you. As time goes on, you can see that these are going to get higher and higher, and you need to have more cards than the number of tokens to be able to place tokens on here. So for example, the next time I wanted to do a clock, I would have to have at least 4 clock cards before I could place there, because 4 minus 3 equals 1, and then I would only do 1. You can wait again, like I said, for a higher amount. For example, say you were going for pens and you wanted to wait till you had like 5. But if I play before then your difference is not going to be as big, and so you're not going to be able to put as many tokens on that card. Okay? Now you can also do by color, even though you're organizing these down here by the symbol. It's just a way to organize them. On your turn, you can also choose to go by color. So notice I have 2 orange. I'm going to pick those up. I'm going to play 2 orange into the discard pile. 2 minus 1 is 1, so I get to place 1 token here. And that's pretty much it. You go back and forth between your players, and the first person to get rid of all of their tokens is the winner. So, Spy. I really like this game. I was pleasantly surprised that this game had so much strategy, because when I initially read it, it didn't seem like it was going to be really that much. So I think there's enough to keep most, gamers interested when they're playing with kids or new-time gamers as a gateway game, which makes it valuable in my opinion. It's also got some really nice parts. The cards are really nice and glossy. The little chits are really nice. I think that's worth it too. Knizia is a great designer, and this really is no exception. I'm also a homeschooling mom, and as a homeschooling mom, I think that the fact that it's got the continents on it is a great refresher for the kids. I only wish that there would have been Antarctica. I'm not really sure why they didn't include that. Maybe for aesthetic reasons, number of cards, not being the same. I'm not sure. But that's really the only flaw in my opinion. I think the game goes really quick, and I really liked that it had the hidden cards in your hand, as well as the colors and the symbols even though the cards are mostly face up on the table for people to use, you still can't always anticipate what exactly they're going for. And so it's hard to read your opponents and play accordingly. So that gives it a little bit of interesting aspect too. And other than that, I think it's a great game. I'm definitely going to add it to my collection and keep it. And until next time, don't just love your games, geek your games.